Welcome everyone. Welcome to another partners meeting that we do this every single first Wednesday of every month. And this time here we are again to celebrate a crazy November. And like always, we always try to bring incredible leaders, incredible guest speakers. And this time we decided to invite Myriam. So the story about Miriam is kind of interesting because I wanted to go to an event in Malaga. I heard there was this big event about Zinzino in Malaga, and I thought, actually, it's not that far from here. So I'm going to get myself into the car and I'll go. But I had to buy a ticket and I couldn't pay for the ticket. So someone told me, I think the best person to talk to is Miriam. So I thought, okay, I'm going to look for her on Facebook. And I got in touch with Miriam, and Miriam, being lovely as she is, she never met me before. She said, Ricky, I will help you. I'll sort you out. And then we end up having a lovely, I don't know, 1 hour conversation because I knew a little bit about what happened, and hopefully Miriam will tell you guys what happened with ACN and all of that and what made it choose Enzino. But my opportunity was more to inspire her because I know what happened and how much drama involved. And I wanted her to feel like Zinzino is home now that she lost something great that she had, but she lost it. And then right now I found Zinzino, but did she see what I saw? And I didn't know who Miriam was. And then I ended up going to Malaga, and then there was a room, I don't know, maybe 800 brand new partners joining Zinzino. And then I saw Miriam going on stage, and I could not believe the charisma and the love that people had for her. She's a true leader. She's an inspiration, and she has so much experience in this profession. So for me, it was like in the conversation that I had with her for an hour, she didn't even mention the experience that she had. That's how humble she is. So Miriam, I have so much respect for you and for what you've done so far. Above all, congratulations on your Black Crown.
Thank
Really,
you.
congratulations in this small amount of time. It's incredible. But for all of you, we will kick off with Myriam as a guest speaker, and then we do the recognitions. We'll do the rest, and then Myriam can go because she's in Spain. It's 1 hour ahead, so she's more than free to go after that. But Myriam, the floor is yours. Thank you so much for being with us tonight. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you so much. And I have to say that when I met you, I was so completely and totally lost in Zinzino. I didn't know what to do, and you were an amazing help. I remember I was asking you all the time what to do, how to do it, because we came from a different kind of company. And let me tell you a little bit my story. When I was young, everybody tells you need to get a job and you'll be happy forever. So I got a job as a secretary in the embassy of Egypt. And I remember I was very excited. I got a good job. I was promoted to be the secretary of the ambassador. And that day when I got promoted, I remember that day forever. I looked at the secretary that was there for 40 years. I looked at her and I said, my goodness me, in 40 years' time, I'll be sitting here and I will look like her. That I saw my future. So I said, no way. I don't want to be here forever, right? So that's the reason why, by chance, one of my aunts started in a network marketing company. So she called me. I was 23. And she called me. She said, I got something fantastic. You can have your own business. So I remember I started there. And it's funny because it's been a long time. I'm 69 years old. I'm going to be in April 70. So that's been my life. That's been my passion. I mean, if you take me out of network marketing, I would say what motivates me every day, what moves me every day is to have passion about what you do. So why? Because you can help people in terms of their lives. And right now, let me tell you, it's incredible because I will tell you a little bit what happened because after I started in this company, I was there 3 years. It was an American company. They closed down Spain. So I met was my husband for 20 years. And I met him. He's American. And he was a national sales director of a network marketing company. So we started our own company in Spain in network marketing for 20 years. But let me tell you one thing. The experience is not the best. Why? Because when you have your own company, it's like a normal business. You're not free So you're not, you don't have the advantages, that we have right now. It's having our own business, but all the stuff that you have to do in terms of employees, finance and stocks, all kinds of legal stuff and all that, that doesn't exist. And you don't have to go to an office. You don't have to do things like a normal business. So I was there for 20 years. Then we got divorced and the company got divorced. So I started another business with a partner. And I was saying, life, sometimes you earn and sometimes you learn. I learned a lot not to have a business partner forever, okay? Because I lost everything I had. And if I tell you how much I lost, you will be amazed. I lost 7 million euros. I lost my houses. I lost my business. I lost everything. So I was there for 10 years. And the worst thing is I was single with 2 kids saying, what can I do in my life? So then the reason why I'm telling you this is because not all the time in your life things go well. But I always remember one thing. When my ex-husband used to tell me, in United States, when you go to a bank to get a credit, if you have been a business person and you have been succeeding and failing and succeeding and failing, they are very excited about giving you a loan, but because they think you can make it again, okay? So I always thought that it's a good experience, and then I saw ACN, and that was my savior, okay? I was there for 18 years and a half in ACN. I got to the top position. It's a company that was in services, had nothing to do with products. And I thought I found my home there. And for that much time, I was there in the business. My 2 sons were also in the business. And in 9 years, I paid my debt. So I was debt free, excited, thinking I found what I wanted. And my son Alex, I was in the top position of the company. I met my husband there, and my son Alex was the second level of the top positions. And last year, they called us on a Sunday, and they told us they're closing the company down in Europe. So when something like that happens, it's like, I can't believe it. I had a bunch of people that I thought, what are they going to do now? They've been with me for many years. This was a private company, so they could do whatever they wanted. They decided it was not good to keep on being in Europe. They're still in the United States and Canada. And so I was just saying, what am I going to do? I mean, I'm 68 years old. Now what am I going to do? Where am I going to go? All these families. And I remember when they told me that, I didn't stop crying. So they told me, you need to take the leaders over to Oslo. So I said to my sons, okay, call the leaders and let's go to Oslo. So we went to Oslo. And let me tell you my experience. I got there and I thought, oof, we sat there and we were for nearly 2 hours. I remember Orion telling us about omega-3 and the balance oil. And, coming from services, you're like, I don't want to hear anything about products, because we used to say, we're the only company that we're not selling products. Okay. So we were proud of that. Because we heard about so many companies that, there was not a base. But there was something I loved. I liked Orion. I liked Doug. I liked Hilde. And I thought, I like these people. And then they give us some products. So I've had a lot of issues with my heart for many, many years, 7 years. Okay. All kinds of issues. I got everything, So I used to be in the hospital every 2-3 months. I used to spend 4 or 5 days in the hospital because of heart issues the last years. And they said, take this. So I came back home. I got a good, emotional excitement. I thought, maybe this is it. But let me tell you one thing. Imagine that you're in love with your wife, or your husband for many years, and you think you are there. And from one day to the next, they tell you, okay, your wife or your husband is dead, but we have this sweetest, sexy new lady that you need to be in love with. Your reaction is like, no way. I'm still crying, because my husband and my wife, I don't want to look at this new lady, young, fantastic, But I decided to try the product. And some days later, I started feeling better. And I thought, placebo effect. It's me. I want to be positive. I'm a very positive person. So I thought this might work and I'm going to be feeling good. Then my husband started using the balance oil. And I remember he had a lot of issues with his shoulder and he was in rehabilitation. And after about 10 days, he said, you know what? The doctor told me I don't have any filtrations. I don't know how you said. And I'm okay. So I said, wow, two positives in the family? That is impossible. I said, two that have placebo effect can be. So I thought maybe this works. So I took it to my cardiologist. I took it to somebody, a biochemical guy that knows a lot. And they said, this formula is amazing. So I said to my son, Alex, I think that might be something for us. You know why? Because we used to only have a mission before. We used to help people to dream and achieve their dreams in terms of financial health. But let me tell you, here we can help people with their health. So we have a double mission. So this is something different. So my son said, okay, mommy, you're very emotional. You have this purpose in life. You want to change everything. You want to help everybody. But let's look at the numbers. Let's look at the company. So for more than a month, he was talking to other MLM companies, even owners, because they knew we left ACN, we had a big network. They thought we're going to offer them money, we're going to do this and that. And after 1 month, my son came back to me and said, mommy, this is the best company we can choose. Not only for the products, for the stability, for the owners, or the shareholders, obviously, but also for the compensation plan. And I asked him why. I don't understand anything. He said, mommy, you have to understand they got the best thing from the binary and for the uni level. They pay you 10 different. He knew the compensation plan better than anybody. So I said, wow, this is really good. And you can also be a shareholder. I said, that's something I always dreamt about. I would love to be a shareholder of something big. So we decided to start, and that's how we started in Zinzino. But one of the things I always tell people is the first person who invited me to network marketing, I was a kind of prospect that you would never invite. And I'm telling you this because don't prejudge. We don't know what there is inside, okay? I remember when I started my first network marketing company, I was a disaster. I didn't know how to talk in public. I was super shy. I was afraid of talking to people. I used to call everybody to come to the meetings. I remember I always wanted to get 7 people. For 3 months, I didn't get anybody. And I remember the first time I talked in public, it was incredible. They told me, why don't you always come to the meetings, why don't you present the speaker? And they said to me, you just need to say your name, welcome to this company, that you're not going to be the person who's going to be doing the presentation. And please help me welcome Mr. Juan Varela. Let me tell you what I said. I stood there. There was about 100 people. I looked at the people. I started shaking. I forgot about my name. I didn't even remember what my name was. And I said, I'm going to leave you with this one. That's all I said. That was the first time in my life I spoke in public. So I said, my goodness me, I don't think I'm going to be able to do this business. I can't talk. So if I have to give you an advice today, what you need to look is what people have inside, but not how they look or the abilities. Because you can develop a lot of abilities if you really want something, right? And I remember, and this is my little story, I remember I went in that company to a convention to Italy. And on stage, there was a beautiful, incredible lady giving a training. And I looked at her and I said, wow, I would love to be like, her name was Ana Maria. I would like to be like Ana Maria. And the second part, of this business. Number one is not, don't prejudge. And the second thing is, we call it the Pygmalion effect. I don't know if you know a little bit about psychology, but the expectations you have with the people are the ones that help the people to become what you expect from them. And let me explain what I mean. I was one day, this company was a cleaning company. We were a very clean company. Okay. We used to clean, okay, cleaning products. And I remember I was doing a training on how to clean because everything else I couldn't do. And I was taking the spot out and I was there all excited. And this little guy came over to me and looked at me and said, you know, Myriam, you remind me to Ana Maria. One day you will be like her. And let me tell you one thing. This guy changed my life. So if you have expectations and you tell people you believe in them and they have a potential, they'll start believing in themselves. After that, I started growing in the company. And I remember that thing because how many times in our lives people have told you, you can do it. You're better than what you think you are. And you start performing with their expectations. And that to me helped me think, how many people can we help if we have the right expectations? And I don't know if you heard about this, but they did a search in an investigation or a test in United States with a class of kids. And they took this class and they had a class of kids that they're, class A, the kids were incredibly intelligent, and class B, the kids were really, really dumb. Okay. So what they did is instead of saying anything to the teachers, they chose the kids like this and they put them all together all around, and they said the class A are the most intelligent and the class B, they're not. But kids that were not very intelligent were in class A. And after the year was done, the kids that the teachers thought they were very intelligent and they were the top of the class, they became the top. And they were not the ones because they chose them like this. What does that mean? As a leader, depending on the expectations you have with your people, they will develop their abilities and the belief in themselves. So a lot of times when I talk to people and I talk to my team, I always think, and before talking to them, is what I'm saying is I am showing them. Sorry, I've got Orion calling me. Sorry for a second. Hi, Orion. How are you?
Hi. Hi there.
And that happens sometimes. I'm sure it's Orion congratulating.
Myriam on the playground.
Yeah, you don't turn down a call from Orion and Helga.
No, that's unique. Hey, Orion. Oh, cool.
Hey, congratulations.
There you go.
Okay. So, so what I'm saying is that every time you talk to somebody, make sure that what you tell them is what you want them to do, not what you don't want them to do. If people are not recruiting well, if people are not doing customers, if you talk to them telling them, you don't know how to do customers, or you should change the way you do this, just tell them what you want them to do, not what you don't want them to do or what they're wrong. And I learned that for many years because the expectations and the way that we are leaders to our people, that's the way that we can really help them to become what they don't even believe they can become, So my experience was a little bit different. I learned it the good way, the bad way, okay? And when we started in Zinzino, I was a little bit disappointed because I thought everybody would say, okay, we're able to change, from services to products. But I realized some people were very uncomfortable. They didn't feel like, changing from services to products they would identify with. So not everybody decided to start. But I do know one thing, that people will look what you're doing. And once you start being successful and then they see that we're really excited what we're doing, some of them, little by little, are coming back and saying, "Oh, Myriam, you're doing well. Oh, this one, we just got some promotion of diamonds. Wow, how much a diamond is making." Oh, really, they see us excited. So I know there's a lot of people that are looking at us to see what we're doing. And really, we are so excited because we do believe that what we have in our hands is something incredible. Every single day, I said, everything happens for a good reason. And that was in Zeno. Number one, my health. Since the month of October, I have not been back in a hospital. I didn't go to Phuket last year because I had been in the hospital for 3 weeks. And I was afraid that if something happened to me, the hospitals there were not the right one. Right now, I'm traveling. I am presenting. I have meetings all over. Obviously, I'm going to Bali with my sons are qualified. Obviously, I'm going with my husband. Everybody's qualified to be in Bali. So my life has changed drastically with my health, with my excitement, and with a mission. And if you understand what you have in your hands, it's a lot bigger than when somebody shows the opportunity. And this is something that I think we need to be able to share, because when I present the business and I see people just talking about how exciting the product is, we forget that the product is very exciting, but it's much more exciting what we can do for people. So when we say, okay, imagine, I have a little video that I normally put when I do the presentations. I'm sure you've seen it. The video about two men, I'm sure you've seen it. There's two men that they get older, and you see one is in the hospital and the other one is with the little kids playing. And this video makes an impact when I do the presentation. I have it in English also. I don't know if you've seen it, but it's a Canadian video, by the way, that I found it in YouTube. I'm sure you've seen it, about the Heart Society and all that. And you want to see it? I see Jimmy saying he wants to see it. Okay, I can show it to you in 2 seconds. I've got it right here. But to me, I make people be aware of something like, our future is so important, and we can decide how our future can be. Let me show you. I'll do it in 2 seconds.
We have it, Miriam. You can show it, but it's part of our presentation, but you can share it.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
This one.
What will your last 10 years look like? Will you be quick enough for a game of tag with your grandchild? Strong enough to embrace every moment? Will you grow old with vitality? Or get old with disease? It's time to decide.
I put this video always in the presentation because I believe people need to be conscious. I mean, when you're young, you never think you're going to get sick, okay? And when you're old or older, then you start looking at people that are doing great, playing with the grandchildren and doing all kinds of stuff, and others are in bed. So we have a mission to change the future of the people. So it's really important that we understand that we can change a lot of things in life for people to be happy. And also, we have an amazing, amazing opportunity to really, really achieve what they want in life in terms of economically helping people. When people tell me money is not important, my goodness me, tell the people that need money to eat, right? One of my goals, and I already have part of it, we have a foundation in Kenya that, by the way, the same place that the people from Thurbita have it. So I'm in contact with them to do things together. So it was a coincidence. And those kids, 50% of the kids die before they're 5 years old because they got no water. So when we talk about making money, it's fantastic. Everybody wants to have a better home. We want to have a better car. We want to do a lot of things. Like, to me, one of the most important things is to be able to be with my family and with my kids. I mean, going on holidays. It's not, the day I'm not here, I'm sure they will not matter if there's 100,000 euros less or more in the bank account, but they will always remember the trips that we went together, the experiences, the things that, as a family we did. No? And also, there's a lot of kids that if we can help them and have a foundation and feed them, apart from all the great things that we can have, is incredible. So yeah, it's exactly, Jimmy. It's not about the money, it's what we can do with it. That's the real stuff, So for me, Cinzino, has been really an amazing experience. And I don't know how to tell people, but when we talk to people to present them the opportunity, I always say that if you talk about products, just about products, people think about selling, and we miss a lot of good people. And what we did at the beginning, because it was a different business, even if we were in network marketing, we used to talk about product all the time. I mean, we have a business with product that's amazing, da 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 da. And I realized that a lot of good people started thinking, oh, product, Herbalife, or product, Amway, or product, this and that, the other. And they said, I'm not going to be selling. And when you talk to people about, improving their lifestyle, having some incomes, or seeing an amazing opportunity that's our company is going to be the number one company in the world in nutrition. There's no doubt about it. When we talk about you can start something and you can build something huge and you can help a lot of people. And on top of it, we have the best product in the world and we can help tons of people for their health. Then you get more people to see the opportunity. And the first year, my experience is I was only talking about product. My team, the same thing. Right now, we have, obviously, if you're talking to a doctor, if you're talking to somebody that's involved in product, we talk about product to try to show them the opportunity. But when there's somebody, like a young guy, like my kids, if you start talking about things like products and stuff, they think, I don't need it. I'm young, I'm strong, I'm going to be here forever. They don't understand, right? Because the first thing I did is do a test to my grandson. And that's the future, right? When I saw my grandson at 17, I thought, wow, 10 years old? So my feeling is that if I can share something with you tonight is there is much more that we have in our hands, and 90% of the people don't understand what Zinzino is. We're changing people's life, people's health, people's dreams, and we can also be a shareholder. That's amazing in this company. So to me, it's been like a gift. Like a gift. I can't believe my health is the way it is. I can't believe that I'm so excited. I mean, Ariane just called me because he says yesterday, what are you missing to become a Black Crown? I'm missing 4 packs. I'm missing this. I'm missing that. I mean, having the owner of the company calling you and asking you how you're doing, if you need any help, it's just, it's amazing. So the quality, the heart of the owners, of the shareholders, of the founders, it's something that doesn't stop. So if I can share something is we're so lucky that somebody one day thought about us to invite us to here. And I'm saying that because I believe we have a mission, and I believe we have a present. And this present, what do? We give it to somebody, and if the person doesn't want it, we take it back and give it to somebody else. So a lot of people say, oh, they said no, I can't find anybody, I cannot recruit anybody. No, we have to have a different mindset. We have an amazing present in our hand. We give it to them. They don't want it, no problem. We'll take it back and give it to somebody else. But the problem is there's not 1,000 million people with a sign here that says, I want to be a partner in Zinzino. So because they don't have that sign, we need to find them. And the only thing we need to do is spread the word. It's just talk to a lot of people. And if they say no, make friends. Because a no today might be a yes in 6 months. If you talk to somebody and that person that day has been promoted, okay, just got an incredible new job. They told him he was going to be happy forever. He's going to make more money. And he's excited. That's not the right time to talk to him about Zinzino. But guess what happened? 6 months later, that person doesn't like his boss. What they promised to him, they are not paying him. They're working too much. They don't have time for the family. That's the right time to talk to them again. But if you're pushing hard to convince them to start in Zinzino, you break the relationship. Every time I make a presentation, at the end of the presentation, guess what I do? If they say no, it was such a pleasure knowing you. Where do you live? Oh, I live in, I don't know where. Oh, okay, promise one thing. When I go there, we'll have time to have a coffee together. And they just tell me no. Guess what? You leave friends. A lot of people leave enemies. They call them up. They follow them up like crazy. You have to do this. You have to buy the UPK. You have to do this. No, because in 6 months, he might be open to see the opportunity. Or maybe you're calling somebody that day to present the opportunity, just got a divorce, or he's sick, or that the person doesn't have it's not their moment to take decisions or get excited. Just follow up, make friends. Because that person might say, oh, I remember Myriam. She was talking to me about a product that would help this person that has problems with their hands and stuff like that. My mother does. Okay, let me call her back and I'll get back to her. You make friends. And that's the key. We're here with a mission. Not everybody's going to follow us, but we do know, and we are 100% sure that we have the best opportunity in our hands. And as I tell you, I've been in network marketing since I was 23 years old, all my life. I've seen it all. And a lot of companies that I looked at before I started in ACN or before I decided to start in Zinzino have nothing to do with Zinzino. We are so lucky that somebody talked to us about Zinzino. So I don't know if you want to do you have some questions or would you like to know a little bit more or we're so excited. I'm working in different countries, okay? So I just had a new diamond in Belgium, a new diamond in Italy. I'm excited about that. I do presentations in French. I try my best in Portuguese. Eu falo um bocadinho. And we have a lot of teams in Latin America and obviously in Spain. So if you have any contacts over here and just need some help and just we have presentations, training in different countries. So if you need anything, I'm very excited to different teams all over. So I'm doing presentations in the evening, all kinds of meetings and things because I think we have something so important that we need to share it now. I can't wait anymore. So I don't know if you have any questions and you would like to know a little bit more, but it's funny because my husband, my 2 kids, and myself. We're completely different, okay? The 4 of us. And Ricardo knows that. My husband is, so that you know a little bit his profile, He's from Pakistan, and he was a pilot, and he was a jumbo uh, um, pilot also, and he was in the diplomacy. He was in Spain, so he comes from a different background. And I met him in ACN. My son Alex is a rock and roll singer and studied marketing. And my son Borja is has been always involved with things with marketing and cars and things like that. So the four of us are completely different. And the four of us are so excited about what we have in this business that we're building. We're building all the teams. And my two sons are directors. They're going to be crowns very soon. In fact, Borja was close to be crowned this month. And the son of my husband also is a director in Zinzino. And we are so excited about what we're doing. That is absolutely a pleasure that somebody like ACN decided to tell us, well, Zinzino is a good opportunity because that was the right decision. Thank you. And I don't know, Ricardo, if you want to have any questions, or I can help you with something else.
Myriam, thank you so much. Thank you so much for your testimony and for your journey. Your 30 or 40 or 50 years of experience with direct sales reflects very well on your meeting today, and we love everything that you shared with us. I don't know if anyone would like to ask a question. Take this opportunity. Either it's about how to do certain things that you are unsure. This is someone with so much experience. Please, if you want, feel free to ask a question. Go for it. No fear. And let's see. Anyone?
Oh, hold on, Keith, you need to unmute yourself.
Hi, Keith. How are you?
Myriam, it was an absolute pleasure to meet you. I live in Australia. Do you speak Australian?
Oh, I try my best. I don't know if you die or it's the day. It's day
It's
or
a
die.
long way away. It's a very
Yeah.
big country with a small population, but we
Yes.
like big things in Australia. And what I love about your story is you succeeded big and you failed big. And it's really dramatic. It's really has a punch. And I think I am going to be using you, if you don't mind, as an example to people that I'm going to be meeting. So thank you so very much. And I do hope you'll come and see us in Australia.
Why not? Thank you so much. I would love to. In fact, I got a couple people that started there. So why not? Let's have the excuse to go and meet you.
All right. Anyone else that would like to take the opportunity to ask a question to Myriam?
Oh, let me tell you one more thing. And I
Yeah,
think
go.
that's very, to me, that was the reason I think I succeeded. And that's what we need to find from people, if they have a strong why. Okay? If people have a why that makes them cry, that's important. Okay? And I remember when I failed and I was in such a big debt. I had to sell the house while the bank kept the house and whatever I had to pay after. And I remember one day I was sitting in the kitchen with my two sons. And my son asked me, and I will remember this forever. He said to me, "Mommy, why don't the credit cards work anymore?" And I remember I looked at his eyes and I told him, "Son, one day you will be proud of your mom again." And that was my why. So when I talk to people, I tell them all the time, you have to have a strong why, something that makes you cry, something that motivates you every day. Because there's one thing, not every day we're motivated, okay? Not every day we get up and say, well, I'm going to call everybody. I'm excited. This Zinzino is the best, Some days you don't feel like calling anybody. Some days you get a phone call, you say, oh no, this person is going to call me again. And, I don't want to hear from them. No, not every day you're motivated. But if you have a strong why inside, you have the discipline and you know where you're going. So if I can give you one advice, is every time you start somebody, you need to find out their strong why to do it. Because they're going to have ups and downs like everybody. We do have ups and downs. You know, the last 2 days, I don't think I even slept. I mean, I was at 4 o'clock in the morning, just wondering, I got this person, he's missing, I don't know much to become a diamond. I got the other one, I need to call this one, I can the close of the month, right? But if you have this motivation, you know, then your why will make you do things incredible. So my advice is every time somebody starts in the business, find out what moves them, what makes them cry. Not, I want to make some money. I want to buy a house. No, why? Because I need to show my wife, or I need to show my parents, or I need to do something because, you know, I wish in the future they will remember me like she was the one who did it for us. You know, she helped us get out of this situation that we are, or, you know, I'm proud of my mom, or I'm proud of this. This is important. And you know, how many times have you promised yourself things that you never do? I'm the first one. I'm going to go to the gym every day. You pay the whole year and you go the first month if you do, right? Or I'm going to do this, I'm going to do that, and you never do it. But if you tell somebody you love, or if you promise somebody you love that you're going to do something, it's more difficult that you don't do it. So if I have to tell you my advice, go and get the heart. That moves people.
Thank you, Myriam, and above all, thank you for being here. Because in the end of the day, we're not from the same line, you're from a totally different line, but you made the decision to be here to help the Zinzino community, and that I think shows what the Zinzino values are all about. So it doesn't matter that we are in separate lines; we can all help each other and work towards the same mission, which is to help as many people as possible in those two avenues: their health and their why as well. So, well, on my behalf and Patricia, the entire team, I would like to thank you a million for being here. It's been a pleasure knowing you, and I can't wait to spend some time with you and have great conversations and get some of your experience. Okay, so thank you so much, Myriam. Thank you.
Thank you. It was a pleasure. And please, I'm here. If you need any help in Spain, very happy to help you, or friends,
absolutely,
or whatever. Okay. Thank you.
All
And
right.
I'll be going
Thank you, Myriam.
to Australia. That's for sure, Keith. I'll be going to visit you. Thank you. Thank you so much.
All right, Myriam. You don't feel like you have to stay. We're just going to do some celebrations. So thank you, and we'll carry on
Thank
with
you.
the team.
Thank
Thanks,
you.
Myriam.
So much.
Thank you,
Bye-bye.
Miriam.
Bye.
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 Thank you, Miss Miriam.